Hello everyone, welcome to my spiritual sanctuary. My name is Sandra. Welcome in everyone, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Come on in and have a seat. Okay, we're gonna do Feng Shui Friday today. And if you haven't been here before, I wanna say welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you get continuous videos that come out. And if you've been here before, I want to say thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate your diligence in coming back to the channel and for the support and help. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So appreciative of you. And so let's get started. Today is Friday, the 24th of September, 2021. And we have some events that have taken place this week. The one first and foremost is the autumn equinox that happened on the 22nd, and that brings in fall. So I want to welcome everyone to fall season and the autumn harvest. So we've got some new energies coming in for fall. Now, the equinox is what happens with the equinox is when we have an equal balance of light and dark. And then from this point forward, what happens is the darkness increases until we get to the winter solstice on the 21st of December, and the light decreases. So we're going into much more of a yin energy time. And what I mean by yin is more inward, more receptive, more feminine in nature, not so much yang, the yang or yang energy where that's outwardly action-oriented, and it's representative of light and action and the full strength of things, okay? The yin quality is more of a feminine quality. The yang is more of a masculine quality. So we're going more within as we are moving towards the winter months. And that energy brings in a different feel, basically into our environment, into our homes, into our spaces, into our lives. So energetically, we need to make the changes in this new fall harvest season that goes with the flow of the new energies coming in and not be in resistance to the flow. So a lot of times that will mean, let's begin to eat the seasonal foods for the fall harvest season. So that would be like eating more fruits, vegetables that grow in the fall, that come into harvest in the fall. Apples and tomatoes are still okay. We're looking at squashes, pumpkins, and all of those harvest vegetables, grains, legumes, brown rice, nuts, sunflower seeds, and grapes, okay, apples, and those seasonal energy foods that are at their peak, which when we are ingesting those foods, then we have the full energetic component of those foods, okay? It gives us a full-bodied energy. So switching to a fall harvest diet is recommended during this time if you want to keep your energy at a high vibrational energy, okay? So that would also be more cooked foods as well, okay? And spices that represent the fall season, nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, just adding those to your diet. And also teas that replicate, and herbs that replicate this season. So it's a whole energetic shift. And so when we tend to go with the flow of the new energies and start to embody those foods and the energetic component, we tend to really thrive in our life, in our environments. Now, because of the yin quality of the sun, all of the sunlight is going to be changing in your space, right? So you're going to notice that, of course, the sun rises at a different time, it sets at a different time. It looks, the sense of light is different, and you're maybe in a certain part of your home that you have occupied, like a living room, a dining room, a kitchen. The light is changing over time. So this is a time when we look at our spaces as well from a Feng Shui design energetic component, and we start to place lighting in certain places to, you know, when the dark starts to come in at night, we have proper lighting to read and do all of those activities that we would normally do in our living room. We have a dining room that we, you know, have lighting in, and that needs to maybe be upgraded, okay? Kitchen may be off a little bit different in that lighting. So we're going to look at the lighting aspects of the different areas in the house, and we're going to adjust that accordingly. And when we do that, we find that we are feeding our energetic body, our energetic component, to maintain the status quo of where we've been all summer with full sun. Okay, so that might be something you might want to do in your homes. Now, of course, fall cleaning is always a big deal, and we've got a storm coming up. So if you hear thunder and lightning, that's our weather here in South Florida. So fall cleaning is a time to clean out everything from the prior season, the prior year. So September and October is a good time to release all of the stuff from the, you know, the last 9 months, last 10 months, and start to get the home and the clothing ready for the new season. So, you know, packing away all the summer items, bringing all the lawn chairs and things in the house, or in the garage, or in the storage facility. Here in Southeast Florida, we're outside all the time, but in some areas of the country, of course, now is a time to bring all of that stuff in. So it's getting our house ready, preparing our home for this new season that's coming up. So those are just a few of the things that are coming forward in this new season for all of you. And when we look at the Feng Shui component, it's important that everything has a space, right? Everything is decluttered, and so therefore all of the spring and summer items that have been hanging out in our homes and our environments are stored away for the next season, okay? And then we can bring out all of the fall items into our environment so that we really can embrace this new season coming forward. This is also a time when we talk about foods for the fall harvest season that we can do cleansing, okay? September, October is a really good time to do a full cleanse, body cleanse, a fruit cleanse, a juice cleanse, or some type of a cleanse throughout your body to really get all of that debris from the summer months and to flush out your system and get ready for the next season ahead. And the reason we do that is because the Chinese element for the fall season is metal element, and the metal element relates to the large intestine and the lungs. So we want to prepare the intestines for the new season, and by cleansing the intestines and eradicating the debris from the prior months, then we're preparing our body for that winter hibernation type of going within. And also meditation at this time is really helpful. Once we are doing our cleansings of our body, mind, and soul, then we're going into full meditation, because the metal element is kind of the same as the air element in the Western astrology. Okay, in the Chinese elements there is not air, but in the Western astrology there is the air element, and they are the same. And so when we look at the air element and the metal element, it's all about communication, writing, thinking, clear mind and thinking. And that is all about cleansing as well. So we have a clear mind, clarity in our communication, and that we are fine-tuning our minds for this inward season that we're going into. Maybe taking up a project, maybe taking up some kind of a indoor project. I do needlepoint when I'm, at this time of year, but I love to do it all times of year because I'm always making something. But I know people will take on writing projects, they'll take on painting, they'll do crocheting or knitting, or men will do like trains, or putting trains together, or model cars, or something, or studying, the money, financial markets, or, and doing computer games, or whatever it is for you. I mean, there could be a million things that you can come up with. But getting that inward flow of going within and gaining that self-knowledge and wisdom that keeps us in tune and connected to our higher self, and also to the divine, right? So we can get that inspiration still flowing through us, coming from an interior, a yin aspect, instead of from the external environment, the yang energy. So also in the metal element, that is all about, it's all about the color white. So adding more white to your environment is helpful. Round objects is the metal element. And also it's having more discipline. So, maybe taking up a exercise routine, or in my case, yoga is, I have a regular yoga routine. If you like to go to the gym, or most people in the fall are getting into a regular exercise routine throughout the winter months, and indoors, maybe it's an indoor gym, or maybe just a home gym or something like that, to keep your body in an exercise mode, to keep it moving. So that's also part of the metal element, is self-discipline and having routine in your life, okay? Which really helps us in, not all routine, but to get some kind of a flow going for mind, body, and spirit. Also, we are heading into Libra season. So we went into Libra season on the 22nd as well, on the day of the autumn equinox. So interestingly enough, we are in Libra season, which is all about balance, right? So balance of light and dark. So it's all the same. And balance in relationships, because Libra is the 7th house of partnerships and relationships, and it's halfway through the zodiac. So it's about balance, right? So it's about balancing relationships during this time, and becoming communicative about it, okay? Because we have that air element at the same time. So it's being more aware, critical thinking about what we're speaking in our relationships and how we're showing up, what we are considering love. What is love to you? How do you show love? How do you express love? How do you ask for love? Those kinds of things. And so Libra is now asking us to look at our relationships in a big time way. And we will be in Libra season until, October 22nd or 23rd, I think. And what we need to do during this time is, even because we're going into Mercury Retrograde on the 27th, so we're going to have a 3-week retrograde Mercury during this Libra season, and that'll be until October 19th. So from the 27th of September until October 19th, it's all about going within and reflecting, revisiting, revising, all of the re's, right? Reviewing our relationships, and knowing that the situations that come before us, don't have to be settled during this time. It's just they're all coming to the surface to be relooked at. To be relooked at and to get clear about how to move forward in a collaboration, a partnership, a marriage, a family, anything that has to do with relationships, relationship with self, right? Love, self-love. How do you love yourself as you're moving through this Libra season? And how is that being reflected out into the world so that you're mirroring that back to you, okay? So as within, so without, as above, so below. What we have inside is what we're reflecting out to the universe, and the universe is going to reflect that back to us. That is the law. So when we start to realize that we have a sense of responsibility here for ourselves and for the responsibility of those that we come in contact with, then we need to really get serious, be self-aware, self-remember of what we're doing here and how to be healthier in our relationships. And I think that has been brought forward even more profoundly with the situation that we are now, the whole world is talking about with Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie and the situation with their relationship and how that ended in a very tragic death for Gabby, all because of relationship issues, okay? There were power struggles there going on, and I think that age has nothing to do with it. I think those things can happen at any age, but it's because we haven't been taught as children and young adults to honor who we are inside as individuals on an independent basis before we meet up with another and they're reflecting back to us what we are inside. So we had the situation there of two kids who were on a beautiful adventure across the country. It was supposed to be one of the most promising things in the world for them and their growth, and it turned into such a tragedy because they did not have the relationship skills that the universe was asking them to bring forward. And I'm not going to go, I have a lot more to say about that, and I think I'm going to do another video on that, just all in itself, because I've experienced the same type of an abusive situation in a relationship, and a few relationships over my life. And I want to talk more about that to bring it into my subscribers into awareness of what I've learned and the wisdom I've gained through that after being so closely involved with that type of a situation myself. My heart goes out to the families of both of these kids, and I think to myself, you know, I have teenage granddaughters that are, you know, 3 of them, and what would I say to them to avoid that coming up in their life? So those are some of the things I want to bring forward in another video, so stay tuned. Please subscribe so that you get those coming out. But when we talk about the Libra season and how we're moving through relationships on a Feng Shui basis, because this is Feng Shui Friday, is that the relationship and marriage area is the southwest corner of the home. And that just wherever it is, you know, based on your front door, take that direction, and wherever the southwest falls, that is the marriage and relationship area generically, okay? Now we can get more specific with your relationship area in your home based on your astrology chart as well, and if you'd like a private reading, my information is below. So there is certain areas in the home that activates a relationship situation, and so it's based on your year, month, day, and time you were born. And then if you're partnering with somebody, we look at both charts, okay, to see what's going on in that particular area, and then we make adjustments for balance. So there's a lot of adjustments that you can make when we were working with an astrology chart. However, just basic Feng Shui generic is the southwest corner of your home is the marriage and relationship area. So please, please pay attention to that area of your home and look and see what is going on in that area. Is it clutter-free? Do you have the kitty litter box in that area? Do you have a bathroom in that area that's untidy? Is it a storage room that's stacked high? I mean, all of that energetic component really matters. So you want to have things in your marriage and relationship area that replicates partnering and love and hearts and, coming together with another. And that can be in family photos there, couple pictures there. The colors for that area are red and pink and white, so you want to incorporate those colors in that area, because on an energetic basis, we're putting out to the universe that we are putting these things in place to connect to the divine and bring in more love, okay? With thought, we can create anything in our lives. So we ground things in the mundane world that we want to bring in through the use of Feng Shui in alignment with the universe. So take a look. I challenge you to take a look in the southwest corner of your home and see what's going on there, okay? And make adjustments in that area for more greater balanced relationships through this Libra season. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about as far as our new season ahead. We've got Mercury Retrograde coming up, and the 27th to the 19th. We have the Libra new moon on October 6th. So next Friday, I'll be talking more about the new moon in Libra and what that's going to bring in. And until that time, let's pull a few cards, and then I'm going to close this up. We're already at 22 minutes, and this Feng Shui Friday, I'm going to let you guys go for the weekend. So let's see, Spirit, what is the cards? The healing, this is my double, if you haven't been with me before, this is my double healing deck, and it's the Healing with the Angels and the Saints by Doreen Virtue, and I have been keeping it energetically charged all week with my crystals so that we can have a message come through for you today. All right, Spirit, can we have a couple more cards, please? Oh my goodness, that's too many. That's too many. That's a book. You ask and you shall receive. See how that works? There we go. Okay, thank you, Spirit. We've got our 3. I normally take 3. All right, our first card, and I definitely need to have my glasses on to read these cards for you. All right, we have Maya. And Maya says, schooling, study, and education helps your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. So somebody out there, needs to know that if you are thinking about going back to school to study a particular subject, or that you want to continue your education, then here is the sign that, yes, now is the time for that. So if you are a subscriber on my channel, it's telling you probably should study or pick up something. As I said, we're moving into this yin time, going within and spending more time in quiet contemplation. So maybe even a book that you've been thinking about would be helpful to look at this time. Archangel Michael is coming up with confidence. So the universe wants you to know that now is the time to keep your confidence at a high level as you're moving through this fall harvest season and Libra season. Okay, keep your confidence high. keep your self-worth high, and know that if you follow your heart and your higher self, then you will make the right decisions. And you have to be confident those decisions that are coming from your heart are the right ones, okay? And then you will be triumphant. So here's your guardian angel coming in to say, you will be triumphant in whatever you want to achieve over this next month or the next week, until we pull the cards again next week. So just know that whatever you put your soul and your energy into will be a success. Wow, these are great cards this week. Confidence, keep your confidence high, you'll be triumphant, and look into some kind of a study education or some kind of a school, because if you're thinking about taking on something new, then now is the time to do that, okay? So I'm going to just leave it there. I'm going to keep it real brief this week. Now, next week we'll be talking about the new moon in Libra, and also we'll be talking about the flying star energy changes that are coming up on the 7th for the new month ahead. So that's all coming out too. So if you're not on the mailing list, please go ahead and sign up so that you receive that newsletter that comes out. And sign up, and then if you would like a consultation with me or an astrology session, then or a Feng Shui consult, then also email me at myspiritualsanctuaryinfo@gmail.com, and I'll get right back with you and get you scheduled into my calendar. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead, and until we meet again, namaste, my friends.